Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So these alphabet letters are being requested by the sisters on how to write them properly. So um, I have written here with the arrow so that you can follow inshallah. So this is just a recap. So again, we have the isolated shape of the letters, and then we have the initial, and we have the medial, and we have the final. And of course, we need to have three baselines, as I'm always reminding the sisters who are in the beginner. So here the alif is written from the first to the third line. Okay, same in the initial, and in the medial you have the straight line for the connecting. Without breaking them, go up for the alif. And in the final form, the same. Remember that the alif cannot be connected after it. So as you can see here, there is a mark here, so we don't have any letters. Okay, we cannot connect any letters after the alif. Now, letter ba. So the ba is on the third line, right? So from here between the two and the third lines, you start here in between like that. This is the isolated, and in the initial of the ba is between the two and the third line, also from up going down straight for the connecting. And in the medial we have the straight line, and then make the ba, and then straight line for the connecting, then the dot here. And the final form, it goes back to its original shape. So we have the connecting, which is straight line, and then the ba. Now, as you can see that the ba, the ta, and the tha in its initial, they have the same shape also in the medial, no? They have the same shape, except that the ba has one dot and the ta has two dots on top, and the tha has three dots. Okay. Now in the final form, as you can see here, they have the same. The ta has three shapes, so we call this one ta maftuha. It has two dots on top, and it goes back to its original shape. And then this is also the ta marbuta, which is marbut, means it is been tied. So if the letter before it can be connected, so we have to write this shape. So straight line, and then the ta, then two dots. If the letter before it cannot be connected, so we have to write the ta like this. Okay. Now for the letter, the jim, the ha, and the kha, they have the same shape in its isolated, in the initial, in the medial, and the final, as you can see here. So the jim can be written between 2 and 3 lines. So we start in the middle, going to the right, and then down. The dot is below. Also in the initial, so from the middle, going to the right, and then go down, then straight line, the dot is below. This is in the initial. And in the medial, the same, straight line for the connecting, and then draw a jim, then straight line, the dot here. So the jim can be connected before and after, that's why we have these straight lines. Now in the final shape, it goes back to its original shape of the jim, the ha, or the kha. So first we need to draw a straight line for the connecting, and then the ha, or the kha, or the jim. So they are the same. For the letter dal, so it is, we start from the second line to the third line. So first go to the second line and then go down. This is the dal. This is the isolated, and this one is the initial, the same. And in the medial, so we have to draw a straight line for the connecting, and then the dal without breaking it like this, go up and then down and then dal. Now as you can see, the alif before we discussed, and the dal and the dal and the ra and the za, they cannot be connected after. So this you have to bear in mind, that you cannot connect any letters after this letters. Okay, so we have marked here that you cannot connect. So the dal and the zal, okay, in the initial, in the medial, and the final, they have the same shape except with the dot. So like this for the medial, first the straight line for the connecting, and then the zal. So next is the ra and the za. The ra and the za is located between 2 and 3rd lines, and the tail goes down to the 3rd lines. So the same. So the ra here and the za. This is the isolated form, and in the initial is the same, and in the medial is the same also. You have to write the connecting straight line, and then the ra also here in the za. And in the final form, they have the same. Now let's move to the letter sin and the shin. They have the same also shapes. In the initial, you have the isolated here. You have the initial, you have the medial, and you have the final. They have the same shape. So how are we going to write them? So it's between the 2 and the 3rd lines. So first start up, okay, the upper portion, and then go down straight, and then up straight, and then the tail. This is in the isolated. And in the initial, so the sin will be like this, and then straight line for the connecting. And then in the medial, we have to write the straight line for the connecting, and then the sin, and then connecting. In the final, it goes back to its original shape, so straight line, sin, or shin. So the difference between them are these 3 dots. Okay, don't be confused. Okay, now for the letter sod and the bod, they have also identical in its shapes in the isolated, in the initial, in the medial, and in the final. Okay, so now let's start from the isolated form. So it is located on the 3rd line. So this is the 3rd line, so you have to start a little bit low from the 3rd line, and then go right slantly like this, and then straight line, go up, and then down the 3rd line. So this is how the isolated form of the sod and the bod. So remember, the bod has its dots. Now for the initial, it will be like this, the same straight line, and then raise a little bit, and then go down straight line for the connecting. And in the medial, straight line for the connecting, and then do the bod or the sod, go up, down, and then straight line. Okay, so in the final form, it goes back to its original shape. So you need to draw first the straight line for the connecting, and then the sod or the bod. So next letter is the letter ta and the za. They have the same shape in the isolated form, in the initial, you have also in the medial, and the final, except with the za, it has 1 dot over here on top. So how are you going to draw them? So it started on the 3rd line, so from here, go right slantly like that, and then straight line, and then do the tail from the top going down. So in the initial of the ta is the same, like this. So make this line, straight line, longer for the connection, okay, for the connecting letter after. Then you draw the tail from top going down. So in the medial, straight line, and then ta, straight line for the connecting, and then the tail. So the ta can be connected before, that's why we have the straight line here, and after. And the final form is the same, the straight line for the connecting, and then do the ta, and then the tail from top going down. Now for the letter Ain and the Ghain, they have the same shape also in the isolated, in the initial, in the medial, and in the final form, except that the Ghain, it has a dot on top. So how it is to be done? So it is between the second and the third line, so you have to make a small head slantly like this, and then the bigger one the same, so it's like a little bit curved. This is the Ain in the isolated form, and in the initial form the Ain only remained the head, so the head is only been started, okay, from here in the middle, then make a little bit a U shape, and then go right, and then straight line for connecting. And in the medial is the same, you can connect any letter before it, that's why we have the straight line, and then go up slantly, then go right without breaking the line, and then go down, then straight for the connecting. This is in the medial. Okay, and the final form of the Ain and the Ghain, there are two shapes here. So first, straight line for the connecting, and then make the Ain like that, or like this, straight line, go up without breaking the line, and then slant going to the right, and then go down, and then a little bit U shape for the tail. So the Ain and the Ghain, they have the same shape. Now let's move to the letter Fa. So the Fa here and the Qaf in the initial, they have the same shape, except that the Fa, it has one dot on top, and the Qaf, it has two dots. Also here in the medial, but in the final form, they goes back to its original shape in the isolated form. So now let's take a look. So the Fa is in between the 2 and 3 lines. So we draw a small head like a circle, and then go down, then straight, and then the tail is curved like that. This is the Fa. Okay, in the initial of the Fa is the same. So you make the small head circle, and then go down, then straight for the connecting. And in the medial, so we draw a straight line for the connecting, then the Fa, and then straight line for the connecting. So the Fa can be connected before and after. And then the Fa, in the final form, we have the straight line for the connecting, and then the Fa, it goes back to its original shape. So this is also the Qaf. So as you can see, the Fa and the Qaf in the initial and the medial have the same, except that the Qaf in the final form, it goes back to its original shape. So we have to draw a straight line for the connecting, and then make the Qaf going down on the third line. and then 2 dots over here. Okay, we have the calf. So the calf is from the first to third line, so we have to go up, from up going down straight, and then on the third line straight, and then make a curve, and then it's look like letter S, small letter S here. That's not hamza. Okay, that's like that, it's designed like that. So this is the isolated of the calf, and the initial of the calf start from the first line going down slantly, and then again slant to the right, go down, and then straight line for the connecting. So like this. And in the medial, the calf can be connected before and after, so don't forget to always draw the straight line without breaking them. Go up, okay, slantly, and then go right slantly also. So now you have the medial form of the calf, and then from the middle here, you start from here going down and then straight for the connecting. So the final is the same. You have to draw the straight line for the connecting, and then go up for the calf, down, and then a small s here. Now for the lamb. For the lamb, so the lamb on its isolated form, so as you can see, 1 2 3, the tail of the lamb goes down to the third lines. I mean, it's not like the calf. So the tail of the lamb down to the third line. So from line number 1, go down. This is the isolated of the lamb. And in the medial, the lamb, sorry, in the initial, the lamb came from the first line going to the third line straight, and then straight line for the connecting to the left. So this is how the lamb is very easy. Now it is online, not like the isolated, that the tail below the third line. So the initial of the lamb, okay, the tail is on the third line. So this is the purpose of the connecting. Now in the medial form of the lamb, you can connect any letter before and after. So straight line, and then without breaking them, straight line, go up and then down, straight line for the connecting. And in the final form, so the lamb goes back to its original shape. So you have to draw first the connecting, which is the straight line, without breaking them, and then go up and then down, and now you have the lamb. Okay, for the letter meme, so the meme is in between the second and the third line. So first you have to start here, go up a little bit, and then go to the right, then down, straight line, and then the tail. So it will be like this. This is the meme in the isolated form. And in the initial, the meme can be written like this from the third line, no, going up and then down and then straight line. Or if you cannot make it like this, you can do like this also, from the third line. Okay, assuming that this is on the third line, so you go to the right and then up slantly and then down. Or you can do the meme in the initial form, start from between the 2 and the 3 lines. So from the 2 lines going to the 3, going down, and then straight line going to the left, and then go up and then down, straight line for the connecting. So it can be like this. And in the medial, the meme can be connected. So straight line, meme, straight line for the connection, for the connecting. And here in the final shape, the meme goes back to its original shape. So straight line and then do the meme. Or you can do like this, straight line going to the left and then go up, down, then straight line to the right, so the right to the left, and then go up and then like this. So it will be straight line like that. So the meme. Now for the noon. So the noon is located between the second and the third line. So you have here like this and then one dot on top. In the initial and the medial, as you can see, the ba and the ta and the tha, they have the same shape, except that the noon, it has only one dot on top. So the same. Now in the final shape, or the final form of the noon, it goes back to its original shape. So we have to draw a straight line for the connecting, and then the noon. You see, this is the third line, the body of the noun below the third line. This is in the final form. Now for the wow, it's also located on the third line. So first we do, or we draw the small head of the wow like that, like a small circle, and then the tail going down. This is the isolated, and the initial is the same, like that. And the medial and the final, they have the same. So straight line for the connecting, and then make the wow like that. Now the letter ha. So the ha is like a circle or a small zero like that. So from the second line going down to the third, like that. This is ha. In the initial of the ha, you have to start from the second line going down, make an oblong shape like that, then a small circle, then straight line for the connecting. Or you can do like this, from down, assuming this is the third line, from down go up, and then slantly go down, then straight line, make a small circle, and then straight line for the connecting. And the medial form of the ha, so we have to draw a straight line for the connecting, and then go down, then go up to the second line, then go down straight for the connecting. So the ha can be connected before, that's why we have a straight line here, and after. So it will be like this. And the final form of the ha, okay, it is like the shape of the ta, but the ha doesn't have any two dots on it. So you have only to draw the straight line for the connecting if the word or the letter before it can be connected. So the shape will be like this. So straight line for the connection, and then the ha. If the letter before it cannot be connected, so the ha will be like in its isolated shape, but without the two dots. Now for the hamza. Okay, the hamza is written on the third line. So the hamza can be seated, okay, on alif, okay, or the wow, okay, or the wow, or the ya. So as you can see here, the hamza is above the wow, and here also above the ya. But you don't say this is wow, this is ya, this is all hamza. Okay, so if the hamza is fatha, it is sitting on top or if it is dhamma also, the hamza is on top with the dhamma, with the vowel of the dhamma. If it is kasra, so this is written like this, the hamza is below and there is a kasra here. But even though the hamza doesn't have any kasra, it is understood that it is kasra because it is written below. So this is how we start from the hamza. Now in case the hamza will be in the middle of the word, it looks like this. You see, this is the connecting here because we are talking about the medial. So the connecting here, and then the hamza is on top. Or if it is in the final form, if it is, sitting on the waw or the ya, it looks like this. So you draw the waw and the hamza on top, and the ya, the hamza is on top. Okay, the last letter is the letter ya. So letter ya is between the second and the third line. So you do like this from the right going to the left, small head, and then go down to the third line, 2 dots below. Now as you can see here, the initial and the medial of the ya, the same with the ba, the ta, the tha, and the noon. Okay, so all you have to know is that the initial and the medial of the ya has 2 dots below. So this is why. But in the final form, the ya goes back to its original shape. So you have to make first the straight line for the connecting, and then the ya, 2 dots. Now we have here the different notes so that it will be easy for you to memorize the shape of the ba, the ta, the tha, the noon, and the ya in the initial and in the medial. They have the same. Now just take notes of the dots. The ba, the dot is below, the ta has 2 dots on top, the tha has 3 dots on top, the noon has 1 dot on top, and the ya has 2 dots below, same in the medial. Okay, now in the final form, as you can see, the ba goes back to its original shape, and the ta has 3 shapes, the tha the same, the ba, the ta, and here the noon, it goes back to its original shape, and the ya also. So this is how you're going to memorize the different strokes of the Arabic alphabet, so you will be able to write them properly.